Hey there and welcome. If you're a researcher at a university, you know that feeling, right? The thrill of a breakthrough in the lab. But what happens after that aha moment? How does that discovery actually get out into the world and make a difference? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on that exact journey, the path from academic research to a full-blown university spin-out. We'll break down the steps, the big decisions, and all the support you'll need. Let's dive in.
You know, this quote right here just nails it. For a lot of researchers, the whole world of business can feel, well, kind of terrifying, like a huge leap into the unknown. But what if we just reframe it a little? Think about it. Commercialization isn't about leaving science behind. It's about extending it. It's driven by that exact same curiosity that fuels your research. You're testing a hypothesis, you're gathering data, you're discovering what works, just in a brand new lab.
Okay, so where does it all begin? Well, every single one of these journeys starts with a spark. That's the moment when a research insight suddenly shows its potential to be something more. It's when you look at your work and you see not just a great paper, but a real solution to a real problem.
Now check this out, because it really puts things into perspective. This is data from the University of Michigan, just from 2023. They had 580 new inventions pop up. Out of all of those, 25 became startups. Now, at first glance, that might seem low, but here's the thing. That's not a story of failure. That's a story of pure, untapped potential. That gap exists because, let's be honest, the path can look pretty complicated. But that's a massive reservoir of incredible ideas, and yours could absolutely be the next one to make it through.
So this right here is the question that changes everything. This is your first real practical step. Forget about business plans, forget about funding for a second. You have to answer this first. Is there a genuine pain point your work can fix? And who actually feels that pain? Answering this is what turns a really cool invention into a true market opportunity.
All right, so once you've spotted that opportunity, you're going to find yourself at a crossroads. You've got to make a big strategic call about how you're going to get your innovation out there. And trust me, it is not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal.
And really, you've got two main highways you can go down. On one side, you have the spin-out. That means you're building a whole new company from scratch. This puts you in the driver's seat. You get all the control, all the potential upside. But it also means all the effort and all the risk. Then on the other side, there's licensing. That's where you basically grant an existing company the rights to use your IP. It's usually faster, definitely lower risk, but you do give up control and a much bigger piece of the financial pie. The right move? It completely depends on your tech and, honestly, on your own ambition.
Now here's something you have to remember. Nobody, and I mean nobody, walks this path alone. You've got to get this idea out of your head of the lone genius inventor tinkering away in a garage. Success is all about building an alliance, a support network that's going to help you navigate this whole journey.
And your first ally, almost always, is going to be your university's Technology Transfer Office, or TTO. Seriously, think of these folks as the bridge connecting your lab to the outside market. They're the experts. They'll help you protect your intellectual property, get through all the university paperwork, and connect you with the resources you need. Make them your first port of call. So beyond the TTO, your founding team is just absolutely critical. The research on this is undeniable. Teams that have a good mix of both technical and commercial skills always do better than solo founders or teams of just academics. Look, you bring the deep science, the core expertise. Now you need to find someone who gets fundraising, who understands sales, who knows operations. That blend, that's what investors really bet on.
Okay, idea, check. Path, check. Team, check. So what's next? Well, now you need fuel for the journey. We're talking about funding. Because no matter how brilliant your idea is, it needs capital to actually grow. So where does the money come from?
Funding really boils down to two main types. First, you've got non-dilutive funding. Think government grants. It's kind of free money in the sense that you don't have to give up any ownership of your company to get it. Then there's dilutive funding. This comes from investors, and in exchange for their cash, you give them equity, a slice of the company pie. Almost every successful spin-out uses a smart mix of both.
And that journey usually looks a little something like this. You don't just ask for $100 million on day one, right? You might start small with a non-dilutive grant from your university or a program like the EIC Pathfinder to prove your concept. That helps lower the risk. Once you've made some progress, you can attract angel investors or bigger grants from programs like the EIC Accelerator or SBIR in the States. And from there, you can go on to raise a major round from venture capital. It's a step-by-step game.
And don't ever underestimate the power of that early public funding. Just look at this number from the European Innovation Council. For every single euro they put into a company, that company attracts over €3 in follow-on private investment. So why does that happen? Because that public grant is like a huge thumbs up, a seal of approval. It signals to private investors that the tech is legit and has been vetted, which makes them way more comfortable writing a check.
So we've covered the idea, the path, the team, the funding, all the theory. Now let's look at the reality. Let's talk about what happens when this all comes together. These are the stories of researchers who actually made the journey and created some incredible impact. I mean, just take Oxford Nanopore. This thing started in a university lab, and after years of patient work and really long-term vision, it became a multi-billion-pound public company. Their handheld DNA sequencers have completely changed the game in genomics. It's a massive testament to how deep science can have a world-changing impact.
Or check out a more recent example, Cycleize, a spin-out from the University of Stuttgart. These guys are tackling a huge environmental problem, literally turning plastic waste and CO2 into valuable chemicals. This is deep tech in action, powered by public research, all aiming for a greener future. It's amazing.
And hey, this isn't just a European or an American thing. Look at Simyo Gaug from the Indian Institute of Science. This shows how a software spin-out can solve a super specific industry problem. Basically, they let engineers test their gadgets in a virtual lab, which saves them a ton of time and millions in costs.
And finally, 12, born out of a US national lab. This is just mind-blowing. They are literally making products out of thin air by converting captured CO2. And with over $200 million in funding, they show you the incredible scale of investment that's possible when a university idea has the potential to reshape entire industries.
So after all that, all these amazing stories, it all comes back to one person. You. Every single one of these incredible companies started with a researcher who had an idea and, just had the courage to see where it could go. The goal isn't to have all the answers right at the start. It's to be ready to begin the process of discovery. So, the only real question left is, are you?